You know, I was in there working, and my cousin Jerre, this is my cousin's viewer, or let me correct that, this is my cousin Jerre's family story requested video. She wanted me to talk a little bit more about our family when we was growing up. And I'm trying not to squinch. We got a hazy day today, and I don't know how I can keep from squinching. The sun's kind of hard on my eyes. Now this business I'm in, this video business I'm in is real mental. In other words, I don't want to bore you. I want to use the right words to keep your attention, because overall I got 3 minutes, even with my family, I got 3 minutes to hold their attention. When you know it, I make a video and hear sirens. Oh well, maybe that'll enhance the video. Won't enhance my concentration. Anyway, so I'm thinking how to make this video, and I'm going to add a little question and answer with it. Making videos is not as easy as it looks, as you think it is, because you think how you want to put together to keep your attention, like I said. Anyway, think about my grandpa and grandma's place. They passed away in 1980, and they bought their place in Verona, Kentucky. I'm sorry, I got one eye closed. Try not to squinch. They bought their house. Come on, cloud cover, help me. They bought their house in Verona, Kentucky, I think in 1969, and they live on a dead-end street. Now, my cousin Jerre, Sarah Jerre, she used to live there. She was raised there. Me, Dad, and my sister, and my mom would go visit my grandpa's place. There's three or four houses over together where the daughters, you know, lived beside the grandpa and grandma. Anyway, one thing is I remember so much over there. It's still now. Now they live right off the 71. 71 runs east and west, the interstate. You can lay in bed at night. Now, it ain't what you think. It doesn't keep you awake. The interstate noise, it puts you to sleep. I love when I'd stay all night over there as a kid. Love laying in bed, and my grandpa always had his grandfather clock ticking. Very quiet. Dead end. But that you lay in bed at night, man, that sun's hot. You lay in bed at night and you hear the interstate noise. It's the best sleeping drug ever was. Constant flow of traffic. Constant flow. And I mean, I'm still not sure from east to west what cities that goes through. But anyway, I don't fill my oats till about 5 o'clock. It's about 5 now, so I'm just starting to fill my oats. So if I'm not quite with you yet, I'm a night owl. I don't really start getting going till evening. And that heat on that sun is playing a little on me too. Hard to concentrate when it feels like a sun tanning lamp on you. Anyway, that traffic was very comfortable to listen to. My Aunt Mary, I want to say their youngest daughter, lives there now. But Grandpa had a garage that's not connected to the house. And he had boy, I never forget one time, man. Dad was helping my, Grandpa build a cistern. We was over a couple days. And Dad didn't want, Dad didn't want to take no money from his own dad. Boy, did Grandpa tell him off. You gonna take this? I won't cuss. Blankety blank check. My grandpa, I always tell people my grandpa never talked, he yelled. It's true. He had a big voice. Carried 20 miles. My mom even said one time, she said, Greg, I know you're my son. No one has to tell me. DNA wouldn't have to tell me. I said, how's that? She said, my voice, she said, and I quote, your voice is like your grandpa's, your voice carries a mile. So if I'm ever in a car with you, forgive me if I talk too loud. It's just an inherited gene I got. Talk like my grandpa. At Kings Island last year, my cousin Don says, you're just like your grandpa. You got a loud mouth. I don't mean to have. Sometimes it sounds like I'm yelling, but I don't mean to. It's genetic. But I never will forget that Dad didn't want to take the check, Grandpa worked your buns off. Worked you by the sweat of the brow, as the Bible says. Oh, he worked you to death. And the grandpa went to pay him by check, and Dad didn't want it. And my grandpa exploded on him. You gonna take this check? You know. And so Dad took the check. But cistern, building a cistern is hard work. I don't think they got city water over there now. I'm not sure. But that interstate, getting back to interstate, I love. And they had oak beds. My grandpa always bought the best. You could lay in an oak bed, lay back at night, and hear that traffic from 71, Interstate 71. Constant traffic, gentle traffic. Once in a while you hear a big rig going by. You could probably walk to interstate in probably 6 minutes, if that, from back of their house. Very close to interstate. If you walk halfway down their yard, you can start seeing a little traffic. They're very close to 71. And that's my most memorable part of my grandpa's is in his garden. Oh my God, potatoes big as basketballs. I tell you what, people don't know what a potato is till my grandpa grew one. Gardens on a hill. I guess it had a lot to do with it, the moisture, not flooding it out. One time he brought us some potatoes over. One potato would fill up half a skillet. We always use iron skillets. Wasn't gonna say iron, but we always used iron skillets. But anyway, I don't think you see iron. Yeah, every place I go, you don't see no one using an iron skillet. Maybe I ain't looking. But anyway, one potato would fill up half the skillet. He grew the biggest potatoes, and my grandpa and grandma always went to bed at 6 o'clock. 3 in the morning. You would wake up to them getting on the tractor and going up to the garden 3 in the morning. It's just the way they were. Maybe that's part why I'm a night owl today. I go to bed at 3 in the morning. They got up at 3 in the morning. Well, always went to bed at 6. And him and Phil Donahue. Oh God. Well, let's put it this way. Grandpa didn't hate nobody, but he knew how to cuss somebody out. Somebody had a TV on, and you never seen a TV on in my grandpa's house. My grandpa was sitting in his recliner chair. I remember I was 12 years old, and I went to the bathroom, come back out, and TV's on. He's watching Phil Donahue. I've never heard anybody get cussed out. Something, I don't know, something about Phil Donahue my grandpa didn't like. Now, of course, that's not right to cuss in front of kids. Just the way my grandpa was. He called him everything. He was watching him on TV. He basically, just cussed him. But I look at it tonight. It's been since that's like 1975. And it was just so. I think I even laughed when he was cussing. Just the way my grandpa, just the way his actions, his actions made you laugh. He could cuss like a sailor, but down deep he knew he didn't mean it. He was orphaned. Down deep he knew he didn't mean it, but it still made me nervous being around him. But my grandpa, he had a heart of gold. And God, I wish I kept those watches, those pocket railroad watches when I was a kid. Man, I wish I'd kept them. Gave me 4 or 5 of them over the years. God, I miss them both, Grandpa and Grandma. Really do. And I actually miss hearing that traffic, the interstate noise. That's one of my most, and I'll have more videos coming. That's one of my most memorable times. Memorable, am I saying? My tongue's a little sore, that's why it's a little difficult for me to talk. My most memorable times is that interstate traffic noise. Laying in bed at night in an oak bed, and it put you to sleep every time. Every time, put you to sleep. God, it was an amazing drug.